It's just such a polarized time. So whatever you're experiencing, let that be part of your yoga practice today. And let yourself work through it. So if there's a certain pose that maybe brings something up for you, positive, negative, or otherwise, it's just a very neutral observation, then pause with that for a moment and just just notice that it came up, and maybe even question yourself a little bit like, I wonder why being in that pose or hearing that word or phrase, why did that stir up this emotion in me or this reaction? So let's work on that today. Take your right arm and just gently slide it underneath your left armpit. And bring your left arm behind you so that you can roll open your left shoulder. Start to relax into your hips. And draw your attention to your right groin, like that inner thigh muscle there on your right side. Because when our right arm is threaded under, we tend to hold a little bit more in that area on the right side. So try and relax a little bit there. Breathe into that space and exhale out. Bring your left arm back around and then come back to child's pose. Take your left arm and slide it under the right. And come back to the center. On your next inhale, come up to all fours. Tabletop. Take your time getting there and take your time setting up. And let's do a few rounds of cows and cats just to start waking through the spine. So inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Then exhale for cat. And just move at your own pace. You're still probably just kind of waking the spine. That probably hasn't moved a lot today. It's probably still a little stuck maybe. You know, when we wake up and we haven't moved a lot, we're stiff. And things still feel a little bit murky, right? So just like in the swamp waters, beneath the lotus flower, we need to start moving through our body a bit to break through some of that murkiness. And then return to all fours. Reach your right arm forward, extend your left leg back, level your hips so that your left hip is closed off and it's in line with your right. Circle your left ankle around. Point and flex your left toes. Anything to just get the foot moving a bit. And release back down to all fours. Switch to the other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. So the really beautiful thing, of course, if you celebrate Easter, and as well as the whole idea of the lotus flower, but both of those bring us hope. hope in the beauty of things to come and in our future and what lies ahead, but also hope and faith and just the goodness that is right now, here in the present moment. And it helps us find things to be grateful for right now without having to wait. Still important to be patient, of course. Still important to be okay with the unknown and the uncertainty. But we just have to remember that there always is hope. Come back down to all fours. And press up to down dog. Take a deep bend in both of your knees. And then press back to down dog. A deep bend into both knees. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, bend deep into both knees. Exhale to down dog. Very nice. Let's take that forward to a high plank. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you press back to down dog. A couple more, just like that. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, down dog. Last time. Come forward, breathe in. Hips high, breathe out. Walk your feet up to your hands. Take your ragdoll. Today I'm going to bind behind my knees, but you can do whatever feels good in your body. Shake your head out. And add anything here that you want. I'm going to release my hands down and walk my hands over to the side of my left foot. Whatever you're doing though, really let your upper body cascade, I guess is a good word, over your lower body. Just let it all hang really heavy here. Get this overall sense of heaviness in your arms so that they're just kind of hanging out there. Your head is really heavy, almost like you wouldn't even be able to hold it up. Come to a flat back as you inhale, and a forward fold as you exhale. 2 more of those. Breathe in, flatten your back. Breathe out. Last one, halfway lift. And forward fold. Place your hands on the floor. Step your left foot back and bring your left knee down. This is kneeling crescent. We're going to bring our hands to our right thigh. And then reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. And draw your navel into your spine as you exhale. At the same time, I want you to draw your right hip back just slightly as you draw your left hip forward a little bit. This should actually just be leveling your hips, but a lot of times when the right foot is forward, we tend to bring our right hip forward. So draw the right hip back, bring the left hip forward. Press into your right heel, breathe in. Standing split, breathe out. Left leg goes up high, drop your head towards your right knee. Forward fold. Rise up to stand or mountain pose, big inhale. Hands to heart center, big exhale. Close your eyes here. Spread your feet apart. Notice your big toes pressing into the floor. And your second toes, your third, your fourth, and both of your pinky toes. All 10 toes pressing firmly into the floor. Feel your heels pressing into the mat or your floor. Engagement through your legs. Squeeze your quads so that it feels like your kneecaps are lifting. Engage your belly. Feel the strength and the power in your core. Inhale your arms up, breathe in, forward fold. Keep those strong legs as you breathe out. Halfway lift, forward fold. Step your right leg back behind you. Come into kneeling crescent with your left foot forward. Bring your hands to your thighs to start. And then reach your arms up. Now draw your right hip forward just ever so slightly and your left hip back. Hips are level. You should feel a pretty good stretch going on in your right hip flexor too. If you don't, engage more with your inner thighs. Press your left heel down more. I'm even shaking quite a bit in my lower half here, so this can be pretty intense, even though we're not moving. Press into the top of your right foot behind you. Hands to the floor, standing split. Right leg goes up. And forward fold. Rise up to stand. Inhale, strong legs. Forward fold, exhale. High plank. Building breath here. Now lower down to chaturanga as we exhale. Look forward just a bit. Upward dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Come up to your toes. Bend into your knees. Float to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Mountain pose. And fold. Halfway. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Another breath in. And another breath out. Come up high on your toes. Bend deep into your knees. Float to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to stand. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Chaturanga. Notice which leg you step back with first. Upward facing dog in. Downward facing dog out. So if you step back for your chaturanga, as opposed to jumping back, remember which leg you led with, and then the next chaturanga, try and go with the other leg first. Come up to your toes, bend into your knees, float to your hands. Halfway. Fold. Rise up. Fold down. Halfway. Chaturanga, other side. Up dog. Downward facing. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Travel to your hands. Halfway lift. And fold. Rise up. Find your rhythm. Forward fold. Halfway. Chaturanga, other leg leads. Upward dog. Downward facing. Breath in. All the way out. One more breath in. All the way out. Bend your knees. Travel to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise tall. Forward fold. Halfway. Chaturanga, other side. Upward dog. Downward facing. Really, really nice. Lift your right leg up high. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Take your right knee to your left elbow. Hold it right there. Bring it back up high. Breathe in. Back to that left elbow. Breathe out. Back up high. Left elbow. Back up high. Warrior one. Inhale out and you come up. Chaturanga. Exhale as you come down. Upward facing. Down dog. Left leg up high. Take your knee to your right elbow. Inhale back high to your right elbow. Back up high to your right elbow. Lift it back high. Warrior one. Rise just for an inhale. Chaturanga for the long exhale. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Fill your lungs all the way. Empty completely. Bend your knees on empty. Travel halfway. And fold. Rise up mountain. Chair pose. Now find those strong legs again, just like you had in Tadasana earlier, right? So feel your toes, maybe not quite as much as you did in mountain with your toes, but definitely your heels. You definitely want to feel lots of strength and power and attachment between your heels and the floor. Your legs are super strong. Your thighs are really active here. Reach your arms back behind you. Inhale. Chair pose. Exhale. Reach your arms back. Breathe in. Chair pose. Breathe out. Keep moving just like this, moving the arms. And in fact, if you want to add something else like big circles, I really like that in my shoulders. If you have shoulder issues though, then maybe just one side, or take what feels good for you. I have very tight shoulders, but this actually does work for me to get things kind of moving. If you prefer to stay still and static, you can do that. And if you want to move those shoulders just to take your mind off the fact that your thighs and your glutes are burning, go ahead. Forward fold. Nice job, ladies. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe it out. Upward dog. Downward facing. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Take that right knee across to your left elbow. Back up high. A second time. Back up high. Third time's a charm. Lift it back up. Warrior one, step through. Warrior two, open up. Good, and settle into your warrior two here. So your right heel is in line, so that's your front, in line with your back arch. So just to give you kind of an alignment cue there. Your navel is in towards your spine so that your core is engaged and your abdominal muscles are protecting your low back. You've got a strong back because you're drawing your shoulder blades together. And now where's your focus? I happen to put on a bracelet today with beads. And so there's a bead there for my eyes to settle on. What can you settle your eyes on? Your drishti. Flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Chaturanga. Right leg stays lifted for this chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Same side. Lift your right leg up high again. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Open, open, open. Take this to rock star. Couldn't come up with the name. Bring the right leg through. Left arm goes up. Look up at your left hand. Back to three-legged dog. Low lunge. Right foot comes through. Easy twist. Right arm high. Engage your left leg. Squeeze your left quad to lift your left kneecap, just like you did in mountain pose. Warrior two. Come up and around. Nice, easy flowing transition. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward dog. And downward facing. Take a few rounds of breath here. Take your dog for a walk if you need to. Oh, I hope my dog didn't actually hear me say that. She'll be here on my mat in no time. We have to spell the word in our house, and even now she starts to respond to spelling it. All right, walk your feet in closer to each other. Lift your left leg up high, bend your knee, open up your left side. Take that knee across to your right elbow. Send it back high. Again, to your right elbow. Back up high. Let's do one more. Hold it. Lift it back up high. Step forward, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. We'll spend some time here. So find your alignment, your heel to arch alignment, your strong core, protecting your back, but also you're engaging your back muscles too. So calling on the muscles that should be working so that the ones that don't need to be recruited first don't get recruited right away. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, take a big breath in. Chaturanga, left leg stays up high. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg back up, same leg. Take a breath in and a breath out. Rock star, kick that left leg through, right arm up. Hold it here, look up at your top hand. Three-legged dog, left leg up high. Step it through, warrior one. Rise. Warrior two. Reverse. Chaturanga, very nice. Make your way through your vinyasa. I'll meet you in down dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Find a power chair here. So 90 degrees or close to it in your knees. Belly over your thighs. Reach your arms forward and let your eyes look down but forward a bit as well. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath. Now twist to the right. Exhale. Let's spend 3 to 5 breaths here. You have a chance to play. I'm even going to go into side crow, which I don't think I've done in any of the practices where I've been teaching. If there's something else that you would like, open up your arms or anything else, go for it. If you're not sure what side crow looks like, you can take a look at me. Take one more breath in and forward fold, breathe out. Let's rise all the way up, nice and slow, 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 slow. You got a little dizzy there, reach your arms up. Hands to heart center, close your eyes. Finding yourself back in this really solid mountain pose. And a lot of times when we go into mountain pose, we kind of go on autopilot. So return back to those strong legs, the feet glued to your mat, the long spine. Power chair. Get low. Remember, this is power chair. Hands to your heart. Twist it to the left. And then add your flare, whatever that may be, for the next 3 to 5 breaths. Take a full round in and out. One more in. Forward fold, empty out. Rise all the way up. Let's take a side bend. Drop your right arm down your right side or your right leg and take your left arm overhead. Stretch your side body. Breathe into your whole left side body from your left fingertips all the way up top. Let that breath travel down your arm, down your side, kind of swirling around your left rib cage, left hip area, into your left leg. And then take it over to the other side. Nice and slow. Just kind of windmilling your arms, feeling the blood flow down that left arm. Breathe into your right fingertips, then your right arm, your right side body, your right rib cage, your hip, and all the way down your right leg. Slowly come back to center, drop your right arm beside you, feel the blood rush back into that right arm. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath and let it go. Forward fold. Down dog. Right leg high. Crescent lunge. Warrior three. Kneeling crescent. So bring the left knee down, just like we did at the beginning of practice. And then send your hips forward, stretch into the left hip flexor. Recenter, so come back to a 90-degree bend in the front knee. Tuck your left toes under so that the top of your left foot is not pressing into the floor. And lift back up to crescent lunge. Warrior three. Half moon, take your right arm down, left arm goes up. If you have a block and you want to use your block or your water bottle, any prop you would like, use it. If you don't have a prop, that's perfectly fine. You don't need one. Warrior two, nice and slow. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, right hand out. Take your bind here, half or full. Whatever feels good for you. Press into both of your feet. Engage through your core. A lot of times here I find my core getting really soft, my belly getting soft here. So I really have to work on re-engaging my abdominals. Release your arms. Come back to half moon. Take a breath in. Chaturanga. Breathe out. Upward dog. Downward facing. Lift your left leg. Crescent. Stabilize. Kneeling crescent. Bring the right knee down. Shift forward a bit so you get more into that flexor. Nice. Deep. Return to the 90-degree bend in your kneeling crescent in that front knee and your back. Tuck your right toes under, rise back up, crescent lunge. Warrior three. Half moon. Warrior two. Reverse. Extended side angle. Take your time. Notice everything moving as if you can see your body, like you can see it from the inside. Seeing your bones, your muscles, your joints, the fascia that wraps around all of that. Take your bind. Notice if there's any little lessons or little sparks of insight that pop up for you in any of these poses. This is the attention form of or portion of our practice. So this is a lot of times when little nuggets of wisdom pop up. Be open to them. Open up your arms. Half moon. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing. Breathe in. Let it go. Two more just like that on your own. Inhale your right leg high. Step forward, crescent lunge. Lower your left knee down, kneeling crescent. Get in deep into that hip flexor as you shift forward. Come back to kneeling crescent. Rise up for crescent. Warrior three. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Half moon. This time in your half moon, if you'd like to take sugar cane, you can bend your top leg and catch your left foot with your hand. Or if you want to play around with taking your fingers or your hands to a different place, you can do that. So take some time here. Do what you like. And then step back to warrior two. Star pose. Big breath in. Prasarita, nice and slow. Take your head down. If your head reaches the floor or your mat pretty easy, then take your feet in towards each other a little bit closer. And just observe how that changes the practice or the pose for you. And if you don't like it, ask yourself why. If you want to go up, go up. If you've gone up into an inversion, bring your feet back down to the floor. Everybody bring their hands to the floor. And walk your hands to the front of your mat. Right foot leads. So lunge. Reach your arms forward in front of you. So your belly is right over your thighs, your arms are reaching forward, your right knee is at 90. And all we're gonna do is transition into power chair by stepping the left knee forward. And the left arm stays where it is, the right arm and leg are perfect. Take a breath in. And forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your left leg high. Crescent lunge. Kneeling crescent, bring that right knee down. Shift forward. Breathe into the right hip flexor. Come back to kneeling crescent, 90 degrees. Back up high, crescent lunge. Warrior 3. Warrior 2. Reverse. Half moon. Option to take your bind for whatever you want to do on this side. Play with your balance. Release your mind if you have it. Warrior 2, step back. Star pose, or I'm sorry, goddess pose. Open up your hands nice and big, and then make fists nice and tight. Now open up big and fists. And keep doing that faster and faster. Opening and closing. Call these flash bulbs. Get deep into your goddess legs. Keep going. You got it. Keep breathing. Stay anchored into your feet. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Low lunge. Left foot is forward. Hold it here. Let's add an easy twist. Left arm goes up. And then bring that left hand down. Reach your arms forward. Press into your left foot. Stay low. Power chair. Rise up mountain. Power chair, arms go back. Mountain pose. Power chair, arms go back. Now just go back up to to mountain. Take tree with your left foot lifted. Your arms can go anywhere you would like. Try to level your hips. Figure 4. Take the left ankle to the right knee and sit deep. Right into eagle pose. Just wrap that left leg around. Take the left arm under. And then you'll probably have to sit up a little bit taller in your upper body. But you can stay just as low in your lower body. Find your focus. Maybe even envision a lotus flower. And release. Bring that left foot to the floor. Arms reach up. Take tree with your right foot lifted. Figure 4. Eagle on the right. Envision that lotus flower. Have a sense of hope. Have a sense of everything unfolding the way it should be. And release. Reach your arms up. Reaching for that sunshine, and then forward fold. Step back to a high plank. Either take your chaturanga or just press back to down dog. And when you're back to your downward facing dog, lift your right leg up high. Take it forward for half pigeon. Take your time coming down. If you want to pause on your way down, focus on drawing the right hip back and the left hip forward. Feel free to do that. Another option for the arms is to walk the hands over towards the right corner of your mat a bit. That will intensify the outer hip stretch a bit. Press your palms into the floor. Just lift your upper body. Just hold it here, and this is called swan pose. Continuing again to focus on leveling the hips, drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. If you would like to bend your back knee to catch it, or to take it into a king pigeon, those are options for you. Release. Three-legged dog, right leg up high. Bend your knee, open your hip, and flip your dog. Take it back around to down dog. Lift your left leg. Half pigeon. Take it slow, take your time. Enjoy the silence. Press your palms into the floor. Upper body lifts. Either stay here in swan or go into king pigeon. Release your back foot if you have it. Make your way to three-legged dog, where you'll bend your knee and flip. Come back around, down dog. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Shift forward to high plank. Lower down to your belly. Bend your knees, reach for your feet. Inhale, lift up for bow pose. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up for bow. Exhale, come down. This one we're gonna hold when we go up. So breathe in, lift up, and hold it here. But don't hold your breath. You can still exhale. And then as you inhale, get a little higher. And then slowly make your way down. Let go of your feet. Take yourself so you're like a star on your belly. On your next inhale, lift up your star. Everything lifts up, arms and legs and chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take your legs closer and take your arms out in front of you like Superman. And now you're going to start fluttering your arms and your legs. Keep going, keep going. You got it. Breathe. Your breath will be much quicker here, and that's okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Let's take child's pose here. Press your hips back. I'm going to take my arms behind me, take some weight out of the shoulders. You do what works for your body. And then press yourself on up. Let's come to our seats. Let's take a reverse tabletop for a nice heart and chest opener. Reverse tabletop or reverse plank. So bent knees or straight knees. It's up to you. But lift your heart and chest up. Lift your hips high. Try and breathe as naturally as you can here. I know it's asking a lot, but give it your best shot. In fact, notice the longer you're here, are you able to lessen that feeling of panic that often comes with a pose like this when our heart and our throat is exposed. Yeah, good. Now just lower your hips down. Bring your seat to the floor. Reach your arms up. Paschimottanasana. Exhale and fold. All right, we're starting to run out of time, but I do want to try a couple more things here. So rise up, lift your left leg up off the mat. So just bring your heel up a few inches, maybe about 6 inches. Just hold it here, flex your feet, your foot. You can flex both of them if you want, but definitely your left. Good, and just sit as tall as you can. So notice if you started to lean back, try and still remain tall while you're lifting that left leg. Yeah, I am shaking like crazy. Very nice. Now lower that left heel down. Do the same with your right leg. Really engaged everywhere. Flex your right toes. Engagement through your core. Lift, lift, lift. This is really good to strengthen your quads, which will then also help if you have any knee issues. This is great for knee pain. And lower that right heel down. Bring both of your heels in for butterfly pose. And I'm not even going to fold today in my butterfly pose. You're welcome to fold forward like this, or if you want to stay up, that's good too. Now you have the option to stay here in butterfly, but since we were talking about lotus, I feel like that is a natural place for us to go. If you'd like to do lotus, watch me and listen. If not, just stay in your butterfly. So for lotus, you're going to straighten both of your legs out in front of you. Take your feet a little wider than hip width distance.
Then bend your right knee and bring your right foot to your hip crease on the left side, as high up on that left thigh as you can. So this is half lotus, and you can stay right here. This is perfectly fine to stay here. If you want to go into full lotus, you'll then bring your left foot to your right hip crease. For your hands, I like to bring my hands to my feet, one, because my feet are always cold. Or I also like to press my thumbs right into my arches. And either add some pressure there, or even just having that connection. Another option for your hands is to simply bring them to prayer. But close your eyes and just breathe. Imagine yourself sitting on a lily pad in the middle of a swampy waterway. Beneath you, it's kind of murky and dark. You can't really see anything beneath you. But above you is this beautiful blue sky. A few fluffy white clouds lit up by this amazing, gorgeous, warm sun. Your heart is lifted towards that sun, and you just feel yourself being pulled up in that direction. Feeling the sense of lightness and hope. Very slowly close your, or open your eyes. Release your legs. And if they're kind of tight or stiff, you can just kind of wiggle them out a little bit. And then let's move to our backs. I could do a much longer meditation there on the lotus flower, but not enough time today. Feel free to incorporate that later into your day if you just want to take a few moments for a meditation. Draw your knees into your chest and drop them over to the right. Tee out your arms and look to the left. Come back to the center. Draw your knees in tight, but let them be really wide. Circle your ankles around. And then bring the knees back in close together and in towards your chest. Supine twist, knees to the left, eyes to the right. Slowly make your way back to the center. Draw your knees in real tight. Straighten out your legs, slowly bring them down to the floor. The legs are pretty wide as your mat. Arms are either by your side or out even wider. Relax your feet now. Let your ankles just kind of go limp so your feet can just kind of fall wherever they fall. Feel the backs of your legs pressing into your mat or whatever surface is beneath you. Relax into your hips, your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Your shoulders are relaxed, and your face is soft. Relax the back of your eyeballs. Shavasana.
Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Start to move your body nice and slow. Make fists with your hands and fingers, and then open them up. Make a fist. Slowly open up those fingers. Draw your knees in towards you. Roll over to your side. And press yourself up to sit seated. Eyes are closed. And actually imagine yourself right there sitting on a lily pad. All this beauty within you. All this hope. Not running away from the challenges and accepting that there is some murkiness and messiness in your life. But there's also a lot of goodness as well. And knowing that it's okay to, throughout your day, your week, your life, to get a little drawn into either of those emotions, those feelings, but to always come back to center, to the divine creator within you that will always provide you hope. Always. That is never failing. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. The divine light and power in me sees and honors the divine lights and power in each of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. And as we bow forward, bid each other namaste. Unmute you. Hey, ladies. My lotus flowers. Have a really nice day, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
You're very welcome. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing power flow with weights. And if you want to use weights, that's perfectly fine, but we'll definitely be amping it up if you're looking for that tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Okay, girls, if you need anything, reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.